Hey guys, I'm Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. We are in Nashville, Tennessee at Summer NAMM 2017, and we're talking to Andy from Yamaha. Andy, you guys had a pretty surprising announcement recently, surprising in a really cool way. You have a new signature guitar from...
Yeah, so Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins has been a Yamaha user for quite a few years. We looked at the guitar that he was using on stage that he modified on his own, and we said, Billy, let's make you a guitar. So what we have we have a limited edition run, LJ16, which is our limited jumbo body, but with the specs that Billy wanted. He wanted a tusk nut and saddle. He wanted the brass bridge pins.
He really wanted it to be bright.
It was that thing about having a tone that actually would cut through the mix. When I saw him play this guitar last year on their In Plain Song tour, it was just absolutely fantastic sounding. The other thing we did is we did the open back Godot tuners on the back side. We gave it his Zero logo. Now the other cool thing about this is a very, very limited run of guitars. So
how limited?
There'll be 150 domestic for the U.S., and only 50 U.S. only in the brown sunburst finish. We think this is going to be a hot number. It's going to be good for us.
Maybe it's much better than zero to fit with a. Never. Tell us about the other construction details. Are they pretty much the same as the model was based on?
This is an Engelmann spruce top with our ARE treatment, our acoustic resonance enhancement treatment, where we actually get the wood to lay down like a vintage guitar would, as far as the cellulose and the lignin that's
like a torrefaction treatment.
Yeah, a little bit of that, but I think we actually might do a little bit better than some other companies who do it. We have solid Indian rosewood back and sides. We have ebony board and ebony bridge as well.
All solid, you said?
All solid. We don't mess around with laminate on this series.
What are the prices?
Now, limited edition run, this is going to ship to the dealer and be available for $9.99 in a hard shell case. Remember, 150 in the natural, only 50 in the sunburst.
It's a pretty reasonable price. That's less than I was expecting.
For a handmade instrument, it's a steal. And for a limited edition artist run, people are wondering why we're selling them so inexpensively. It's just we want everybody to have this guitar.
Do you want to play us a little bit more on that before we talk about the next thing?
Let's go. I'm a little out of tune, but you get the idea.
Cool. All right, so you guys have a new bass, actually, or a few new basses, I think, right? We're going to move over to the bass amp area and talk about those. All right, Andy, so you guys have completely revamped your famous series of basses, the ones that, I don't know, to me, they're the coolest basses you guys have ever done. The BB, the body shape is super cool.
I have to agree with you. BB has been in the Yamaha family for about 30 years, with only kind of one revision in that time period. This was the right thing to do at the right time for the right bass. So BB basses to us is beyond classic. It's that model that's been around for a while, that is probably one of the most recorded basses in history, but you don't see them on stage a lot because the original series were a 12-pound instrument and hard to wear for a 2-hour set, let alone if you're playing 5 sets a night in a bar somewhere.
And in the last few years, you've had maybe a couple of models, but they've kind of come and gone, right?
They've kind of come and gone. The imports kind of came and went. The Japanese ones were great, but we thought they were priced a little bit too high. So now what we've done with BB for 2017 is I've got a full range of 4 different model series, starting at a $299 price point, and then now our Japanese models are only going to be $14.99 for a 4-string, $15.99 for a 5-string in a hard shell case.
That's the top of the line.
That's the top of the line. No more is it going to be a $2,500 instrument. This is going to be priced for everybody.
Cool. And this is like the middle of the line right here?
Yeah, this is the 4 series. Now what this is going to give you some features that were classic to the BB. The 45-degree stringing through the body, right? So if we can get the body to vibrate a little bit more, we actually get a little bit more tone out of the instrument.
I've never seen that before. I don't know how I miss it. It's really different. I've never seen any other company that does string through back there like that.
Well, so, and another cool thing, thanks to our friend Billy Sheehan and his great Attitude bass built by Yamaha, is we put the 2 45-degree neck bolts in it. The benefit to the player is it pulls the neck a little firmer back into the body, and I get better connection between the end of the heel of the neck and the body wood. So
almost more like a neck through.
It almost acts like a neck through, where I've got such good wood on wood contact that I'm getting better tone, better transference of energy.
Now, is this is unique to at the mid-level of the line? It starts to get features like that. Lower down, the lower lines, lower models don't have that, right?
We did not put it in the 2 Series because we were trying to save a little bit of money to hit that $299 and $349 price point for the 4 and the 5 string respectively. But by doing this on all the 4, 7, and on the Japanese models, is we're giving that traditional BB benefit at a much lower price point. Now the Billy Sheehan neck bolts are cool because that Billy Sheehan bass is expensive. It's worth it. It's handmade in Japan. But now I can do this on our other instruments. Our 5-ply maple and mahogany neck, very steady. This neck will not twist on you. You should have no problems with twisting of the neck. We've lightened up the weight quite a bit. Like I said before, this was always a 12-pound instrument, and it felt every ounce of that. So by going to a lighter weight tuner and a smaller shaped body, now I have a bass that's a little bit more aggressively weighted around the 9.5 to 10-pound range, and a little bit more resonant, and also not neck heavy. The original ones, if you played it, they would want to fall down this way. This will not do that.
You want to talk about the woods and the controls and electronics and all that?
So alder body on this model, on the 2 Series. When you get to the 7 Series and the Japanese ones, they're built like the original Japanese model, where it's alder on the outside, maple in the middle, with the spline joints. We actually put wood in between the wood to make a better connection that way.
What about the pickups and the electronics? Are they all passive? Or?
If you remember, the original BBs had a metal bezel that went around the pickups because the pickup route was real big. The detractor from that was you couldn't put aftermarket pickups into it. So what we've done now is we've gone to a standard pickup route. So if you wanted to swap out pickups, you certainly could, but all the pickups are labeled YGD, or Yamaha Guitar Development. We wound the pickup specifically for the wood combinations on each instrument. So once we came up with the wood combinations, we wound about 20 sets of pickups for each instrument and started voicing them. We found the ones that were the sweetest, and now we make our own pickups.
Cool. Are they all active? I mean, all passive? Are there any active options in some of them?
They're all passive except for the 7 Series. The 7 Series is going to be an active bass, pickup selector, 3-band EQ for boosting and cutting frequencies, but like on our TRBX basses, we're putting an active passive switch on it. So actually, if you don't want to have that active sound, we can flip into passive and go to an old school sound. And we also gave you a battery LED on the backside now, so you know when your battery is going out.
Now, what are the controls on this one?
Yeah, this is going to be individual pickup volumes for the neck and the bridge pickup, and a master tone that controls the whole instrument.
Okay. Why don't we hear it for a little bit? We've talked a lot about it. Sounds nice. Was that both pickups all the way on?
Pickups all the way on, which is nice. If I want to go to more of that traditional thing, I would turn that back pickup off. A little
more beef.
A little more towards the neck, a little beefier. If I wanted brightness, I turn that neck pickup off. And I can get a little bit of a sharper tone out of it. Very flexible, very, very versatile, but a working class instrument. This is meant for the guy that's out there 4 to 5 nights a week working on his craft, working on his music, playing bass for people.
I got to say, to explain for our audience, like we're hearing this through the DI of a guitar amp, actually. I don't know what it sounds like on the DI, but in the room here, it sounds really good. It sounds better than actually some bass amps, so that's really promising. Do you want to tell us about, like, you said that the whole series starts with the 2 Series that's $299. What does this one go for?
Yeah, this one is actually $499 and then $549 for the 5-string version. So once again, very, very affordable, but giving those cool BB features. If we look just behind you, as I have one of the Japanese models hanging up, the fit and finish on the Japanese model is just spectacular. But like I said earlier, this is about $1,000 cheaper than the last generation of BB. So now everybody can afford a Yamaha instrument that's made at Yamaha Music Craft Japan.
Nice looking hardware on there.
Gorgeous, just absolutely spectacular.
Are these available right now, or?
These will be shipping early August into September, so they'll be hitting the streets here within the next month or so.
Very cool. You want to tell people where to go online to find out more?
Yeah, if you go to usa.yamaha.com, you'll find the full BB specs, you'll find videos, you'll find our Instagram, and any information that you need, you can deep dive there.
Awesome. Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Sean Hammond for PremierGuitar.com.